previous lecture we had, and some other important aspects also. So I'll be teaching how we're going to make selection, and we're going to be designing a movie poster today using knowledge. You can see this on the screen now, right?
Okay.
So we're going to be designing something like this. Something you must have seen all this when you go to cinemas. You see all these posters for movies and all that. So we're just
Yeah.
going to make more of like our own, using much more of the things you learned from before, so that you'll be able to understand how to put this into place. So maybe by tomorrow, move into a much more complex aspect in graphic designing, and something that you will come across every day, and you'll be able to design your logos and flyers. So today, the first two. So okay, please, if you can just mute your mic so that we can start properly.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Please, if you are not getting anything, you can just simply call back to me using the chat box so that I can go by it again. Okay. So the first two we're going to look at here is the rectangular marquee tool, which you have in your toolbar by your left here, and the rectangular marquee tool. And okay, when you just simply hover around here, you can see it gives you a little brief introduction of what it's being used for. It's used for object selection. So the shortcut for rectangular marquee tool is N. And underneath this selection tool, the marquee tool here, when you right click, you have the rectangular marquee tool, elliptical, single row, single column. So each of these things have their own. Looking from the name rectangular, you know, it obviously creates some square rectangular selection. So we're going to make use of show you how these are used today. And when you look over here at the top part of this menu bar here, you find it that I remember I told you guys that from every two you select, the menu of each of the two changes. So when you see I go through each of these selections, for instance, you have the little menu here with properties, which you have this displayed as the new selection. This is the add to selection, subtract from selection, and intersect. So we're going to see how each of these works. So let's click on the first rectangular marquee tool with new selection here. And you see you can simply make a selection. Let's see. Simply make it an easy selection, and you can fill this up maybe using your bucket tool, which is underneath your gradient to G here. And bucket, we're going to use the foreground color black, which we have here, and simply paint into our object here. So that's a very simple way of making selection here. Hope you can understand this. Okay, so proceed. Then also you have we're going to the next part here. Let's just quickly undo this, Control Z. So when I select Control Z, Control D, you can use Control D to deselect your selection. So let's move into the add to selection option here. So when I draw my rectangle, for instance, now I can simply add, when I with my add to selection selected, I can simply add a part to select here with the name add to selection. You can simply just add to the selection here. This is very useful when you're maybe a designer or you are trying to create something more complex in your logo or anything. You can mainly use these selection tools to add to your selection. You can simply just fill this now. See, it gives you a more crisp and good looking selection here. When you control V to select, you have a simple shape created with the control with the add to selection option here. So this is going to quickly select that. So we're going to go into the next one, which is your subtract from selection. From the name, same thing. Can subtract just this part here from my selection, and I have another this shape here which you can choose to make some really nice looking shape. Okay, quick one. Control D to deselect. Let's simply do something here. Before I move on to the next two, okay, then just intersect. The last one here, which is your intersect. This one is a little bit tricky because it sees the intersected portion between each two here. Okay, let's maybe you understand it better if I do something. Let's use the next elliptical marquee tool and draw something. See, simply change these two. Intersect selected, and only the intersected portion. You can see now only the intersected portion will be left. You can simply just fill this. That's how you simply make your easy selections using the various selection tool. You can just undo, Control T to select. So that's how it works. So if you're very, very good at designing, as I said earlier, you can simply see lots of infinite possibilities you can do using this selection tool in Photoshop. So we're going to make some little manipulation using this selection tool now. Let's simply open our image here. Let's look for a picture which we can use here. I hope you guys are following me. Okay, Mr. Kabi, so I should go back. Please, where do you want me to go back with this? Okay, the selections. Okay, just quickly go over that again. Okay, just simply go over that again. So I told you have the rectangular selection here, rectangular marquee tool, which is your first selection tool. We're going to be looking at various selection tool today. So you have the first selection tool here. So when I simply click on my rectangular marquee tool and I draw a simple shape, underneath, on top of the icon here, your properties bar, you have various options for selection. So the first one we looked at was the new selection, where you create a new selection like this. You can simply add to your selection. Okay. You can simply add to your selection here by, with your add selection property selected, you can simply add to the selection and create new shapes for what you want, adding to the previous selection you made. So now we're going to draw another one here, and using the subtract selection option here, you can simply just, with subtract selection option selected, you can draw a new shape to subtract it from the initial selection which you made. You see that? So let's just simply subtract this part again from the selection. So you can create some very incredible um, designs using your selection tool. And we can just simply fill this off. Let's choose another foreground color here. Let's say green, or let's use blue. Blue is okay. We can simply fill this up using our bucket tool. If you can find the bucket tool, you find it as a gradient here. So you simply right click to bring out the other tools, and you have your paint bucket tool here. And simply click on the selection, and it fills your color according to the selection you made. So just quickly do that now. Deselect. Oh, Going back to our selection tool here, the intersect, which I say is a bit tricky, but because it picks out the part that intersects between two selections here. So we're just simply going to draw this here, and let's quickly change our elliptical marquee to, which is like just a round shape here. So we're going to draw this. Okay. To make this straight, you simply hold down Shift and draw. It gives you a perfect cycle. Holding down Shift. Okay. Then let's draw another one here. So it's going to pick the point of intersect. Okay, sorry. See that what happened? I was on my new selection tool here. So just undo that. Intersect. Make sure intersect is selected. And once this part, the portion where it intersects here, so it just pick just that portion of intersect. So I hope you understand now. Okay. Mr. Amos, please. I hope you are following. Welcome. Hope you understand. Okay, you're welcome, Mr. Kabi. Mr. Amos, hope you understand what we just did now.
No worry, you can go on now.
Okay. All right. So, the next part we're going to just going to look into some little. Okay, there's some selection here. Okay, the next selection was use the. Okay, I said okay where I was going to bring in some pictures into the Photoshop so you can see how this works. I'm just going to look. Sorry, my system is a bit slow because I've been doing lots of work since morning. Oh, shit. Just going to wait a bit here. See what's going on. Okay. Go to open. So let's see. Okay. Yes, let's use. Okay. I have some pictures for this class. Let's use this for instance now. Let's just use the picture of the moon here. We need to wait for that to load up. I'm going to show you how you can make selections using the obviously using we're on the elliptical marquee tool now. You can simply just draw to get to get that perfect. You can add to this to get that perfect circle. So you get the idea how this works. So that's just trying to do some brief rough illustration how it works using the marquee tool now here. I just simply select my selection here, and just when I simply select this now, I can simply do this. Control G, and when I turn off my background, I have just my path of selection here. So that's how Control D to deselect. So that's how it works. Okay, now the next two I'm going to introduce you to here, we're going to be working with this photo now, so you can see how each of these two works. The polygonal, you have the lasso tool. You have your lasso to your polygonal lasso to your magnetic lasso tool here. So each of these two are also used for selection, but they have their various purpose here. So let's use these lasso with my lasso tool selected here. Okay, now you can see it makes freehand selection. Let's say I want to freely select. Let's zoom into this and say I want to freely select. Let me say I want to select this part of my image. I can freely just draw across this part here, holding down your mouse while you draw. simply just act like your pencil. You simply draw across, and there you have your selection here. So using the add selection, now I want to add this part to it. Okay, if I simply go back to the previous selection, I try to make another selection, you see the other selection disappears. So add selection, you can simply just trace out this part here, a little bit for us so that we can be fast because we have a lot of things we have to do today. And there you go. You have an addition to the the selection here. You can simply move this part if you want. Let's say we create max using that part now, and then you have your control inverse. Have that part. You can see that that part was selected out. Inversing it now, see it was selected out. So invert your mask. You can just simply go back to D and select. Okay. So now let's use the next tool which we have here. Your polygonal lasso tool. It works just like your normal lasso tool, but this time it's mainly used for free. It creates a perfect shape. Maybe it will be good and better when you are selecting images that have squares or they are more rectangular. You just simply quickly do. It helps you for selection. So you understand the idea. Just get here and select and select, select. Just simply select. You just quickly do the jagged. But you have to take your time when you are using this tool here and close at the point here. So now here you have your selection here. Here you have your selection, so you can simply let's see, going back to our move tool, we can simply move the selection what we selected here. Sorry, my system is a bit slow. You can simply move your selection here. That's how you simply cut out from pictures and put into pictures for use for your photo manipulation in Photoshop. So the next tool we're going to look at is your polygonal lasso tool here. You have your polygonal lasso tool, your magnetic lasso, sorry. It's simply the tool where you have some, it helps you to find the edges automatically. See, you can see as I try moving away, it automatically finds edges contribute. Like, understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Just when you are using your magnetic lasso tool, it automatically finds the edges for you without you having to stretch yourself to look for the perfect edge of your object. You can see as I'm moving along, it automatically creates the edge for you. So it's much more time taking, but can be used when you want to make an accurate selection of an object. So you just simply go around here. And, just simply go around here. If I'm close to you, can see it automatically finds the edges for you. Close to it now, it automatically find the edges where you want to select. So we're just going to let's just close that up so that we get rid of all these pests. Okay, so that's how you can use that your magnetic lasso tool. So the next one we're going to look at here is your quick selection tool. From the name, quick selection. So if you must have been using the if you are having the previous version of Photoshop, you won't find this object selection tool here. What you just find is your quick selection and magic wand. The object selection tool was actually done to make things a bit easier in Photoshop. So I'm just going to simply you can change the mode here with new selection selected. The mode can either be in rectangle or lasso. So let's just use the rectangle mode here. And with quick selection, you can quickly select things. Just go across this, and it will automatically, Photoshop will automatically select the image of the moon by itself. Sorry, system is a bit slow. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. So we just have to wait. So if your system is a bit chunked up like mine, so it's going to take a bit of time to quickly process this using the okay, now you can see. You see, it gives a perfect selection without you needing to select all around yourself. So I can simply move this now, just move it around as we said earlier. Can just cut it out. And, okay, when you try cutting it out now, so you can see, you can cut it out and it gives that perfect selection. So I think you might actually say, okay, I think I prefer using the magic, the quick selection tool here, using the object selection tool. So this works for other objects too. You can use to select other objects from the background. So now the quick selection tool, as it implies, quick selection tool, it acts more like a brush, and it's mainly used for simple selection here. The simple selection. Let's just select this now. I want to select the moon. I simply just drag across here. Oh, sorry for the slowness of my system. Just dragging across here, it automatically selects your moon for you here. So hence the name quick selection. Just dragging across, it selects. And maybe you want to deselect the part. If you look at the top bar menu here, you have the plus and then minus here. And the size of the brush here, auto enhance and select a mask. If you want to create your mask layer, use select a mask. The auto enhance here helps to create a more refined edge when selecting. And okay, that's when you switch to your negative selection to here, it simply does the opposite, removing parts of your selection. Maybe you have just like that, adding to selection and subtraction from selection. So your negative one subtracts from your selection. So you're going to select this here. Then one of my personal favorites, but the quick selection too is like my favorite here on the object selection. But the magic wand creates some magical things here. So let's say I want to select this background because it's all black now. I can simply just click on my background here and it automatically selects everything around the moon for me, selecting the entire background. Hope you guys are following. Please just indicate if you are following so that you can proceed. Okay. So it's automatically select the entire background. Okay, now you say since we have the background selected, you want to quickly select just the moon and not the entire background. You can simply do this with any of the selection tools. So simply just right click on your selection and okay, let's see this. Right click. What is that? Select inverse. And it does the opposite. Now it's selecting the moon and not the outside layer. So we can simply just do that back in case you want to make selection back. You can just go back and select inverse, and now it selects the outer part, leaving the moon. You can see that when we create a mask layer here, you can see it selects just the surface here, and Control I, you invert, and you see your moon selected, just your moon layer here. So let's quickly undo this and let's Control B to deselect. With our magic wand tool here, you can simply, if you click on the moon, you see the selections are not, they are not equal here. So when I click on that spot, my it disappears. So I can just quickly add to selection, and I click on another part here. You see the selections are not accurate. So one of the important thing about Magic Wand 2 is what you call your tolerance level. With a low tolerance, because the selection to work with color contrast. So when you have a low tolerance, let's take our tolerance to 10 or 11, and I click on this. It select just a little portion of the work here. For increasing the tolerance, let's say to 50, let's 50 something, and I click on this. You see, select more area here. Let's try that again. You see, tolerance at 56. Select more area here. Let's see. Let's reduce the tolerance to 10. Tolerance to 10, and the just little selection here. So your tolerance level should always make the difference when selecting using using your magic wand. You can see I just increased my tolerance and I've gotten a perfect selection here. Okay, I hope you guys must have you guys should understand that. Okay, let's just quickly. Oh, sorry about that. I hope you guys can see the screen now. Oh, just a little bit of. So can you guys see the screen? Okay, thank you, Mr. Amos. So that's just how you use your magic wand for your selection here. So we're just quickly gonna your selection deselect. So this is the main tool you use your magic wand for your object selection, quick selection. So the quick selection being one of my personal favorite. Then you have your lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, magnetic lasso tool, and you have your marquee tool, which are rectangular elliptical, single row, as the name implies, it can be used for single row selection and all of that horizontally and vertically. So you can simply on your own spare time go through each of these two and play with them and see what they can do. So on today's lecture, we're going to just round up our photo manipulation course for today. And as I said earlier, we're going to be making a movie poster, something like this. And what you're going to make very use of your blend mode and your gradient and your layer mask and most of the things we have been using in our previous lecture. So I think this should be now selecting this. We're going to create a new. Just quickly close this because we don't want any of this anymore. Just quickly close this. Okay, now just quickly close this. So we're going to go to File, New, File, New, or using the shortcut Control N. Okay, I think that should be an print. I used an A4. Yeah, an A4 for my printing. No, an A5. Use an A5 for that. So simply going to rename here as a movie poster. Just a bit slippy. And we'll leave our orientation as portrait. Resolution 300 because we're going to be printing out. Remember, the higher the resolution, the better your quality. So we're going to go in using 16 bits so as to get more quality for your processing. Your 32 bits, just because increasing the bits does not mean, okay, talking about the quality, but using your 32 bits, some options are going to be limited to you, but it's mostly when you want to work in Photoshop to get one of the perfect thing out of Photoshop, photo manipulation, except exemption of specific work, you may use your 8 bit and 16 bit, like for your creating your complementary card and all that. You make use of your 8 bit to create that because it's a bit small and more compact. So now I'm going to be making of our 16-bit here. So simply create, and then you have your canvas. So I hope you guys are following because we're going to make some quick movement here. Okay, so looking at this now, we have our layers all over here. Our layers, our background, our pictures, and credits and names and everything. So let's look at what was the first thing we did. We brought in the picture. So let's go and bring in our picture we're going to be using for working here. So go to File, Open, or Control O in your keyboard. So I have my area where I downloaded each and every one of these pictures we're going to use for manipulation. So holding my, if you're going to look for the pictures, we have one here. Holding my control, I select each of them here. Okay, let's just quickly think we'll make some selection here. Let's see. Select our town. Okay, we can select this for other manipulation and see how it looks. I guess that's all we have here. So we open. I'm just going to wait a bit because it's going to take a bit of time to sorry, it's going to take a bit of time to open up here because the images are a whole lot. So when you have issues like this, with your images opening a whole lot like this, you might be wondering how can I get back to my previous layer? I can move, I can move, I can move and find my previous photo. So you can simply do that by using this arrow here. Click on it and you find all your pictures open up here. So we can go back to our movie poster here. And you can see going back to the first one. So first we have a picture of our city of Lagos here. So new movie poster, you can simply go back and find the city that has stars. Just quickly check on each and every one of them. It should be, it has our moon. Okay, why didn't I bring that picture of Lagos in here? Planets, moon. Okay, yeah, here we go. We have this. So I can simply cancel, copy this, and so our movie poster, Control V, paste. Oh, okay, so already unlock that layer. So which picture of them was taken? Okay, yeah. So consider just unlock the layer. Control C, copy that. And go to our movie poster and paste. You guys understand that? Just a normal copy and paste that we have here. Okay. So you can see the image is a bit bigger than our intended canvas size. Sorry for the slow PC. So Ctrl T using our transform tool. You can simply reduce the size of this. Just get that shape so you can see what we're doing here. Yes, increase the height. problem. No problem. Sorry about that. Wow, this is a bit slow today. Okay. Just like to wait. Transform. Wow. See if I can just close some apps not running. Photoshop is taking most of my space. I don't have much apps running. So just be patient and wait for it to transform. Please just a bit of patience as it transforms. Okay. Oh, finally. It has transformed. Okay, so um, we have our image in now. So let's just quickly go back and see which other. Let's see, so that we can get the perfect arrangement here. Okay. Okay, I guess it was a little bit smaller. Yes, that's down a bit. Check that. Okay. That a bit. Shortcuts for transform. Increase the size of the image a bit. Simply place it. I guess that looks good when you're done pressing enter key. Let's hope we get a faster processing this time. Go, 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 go. Okay, I guess what I'll do, guys, I'll just simply close these pictures here so that we'll see if we can have a faster processing in Photoshop because I think they lots of these things are giving my because I don't want to restart my system now in the middle of the class. So I'll just simply after the transform close some pictures and bring them into the through the normal conventional way of drag and drop. If that's better. So let's just simply close each and every one of this. And just close each and every one of this. Just close each and every one of this. Don't want to save any changes. Just close each and every one of this. So we can have a faster processing on the system. Okay, just close this. Guess things are getting smooth from now. I hope you guys are following. Okay. So when you have that page, let's quickly check and see what was our next. Um, so we had this, then we had using the layers panel. We had a little bit of the skies. We brought in the skies and the cloud. Okay. So we're now going to bring the skies. The skies a little bit quickly. I guess I should just project my entire screen for this. So guys, just pardon me a bit. I can project my entire screen so you can see all I'm doing. Okay, can everyone see my entire screen? Okay, so I'm simply just going to bring in my starlight here and drag and drop into Photoshop. Since I'm using my entire screen, I won't have the convenience of going back to check on you guys' messages. So you can just simply use your mic for some important questions if you want me to go back. Let's just scale this a bit to make it a bit bigger. Scale this a bit. That's okay. Press enter key. Oh, still having the slow processing. Okay. Yes, I should just after this I have to close some apps. Just close my illustrator. Okay, that reminds me, I'll need you guys to download Adobe Illustrator because remember they were um part of the three softwares I introduced into graphic design I'm going to be using for our graphic design course. I need you guys to do that. So maybe I'll send a link for Adobe Illustrator into the chat group later. Let's quickly close this because we can take a little bit of chunky space when you're designing. Okay. Those are the reason why the system is slow. Want to check for solutions. I just want to close and the process. Okay, guess it should be fine now. Okay, okay. So let's simply do adjust this and just cover that little bit of skyline there. And you create a layer mask here using the layer mask icon here, because we're going to make some. Because when you look at this now, you see you have the sky, and you want that little bit of blend in between the both images. And to do that, you use either you erase or you simply use your gradient tool here to create a perfect blend between both images. So selecting our gradient to shortcut of G on our layer mask selected, then simply select your gradient black to colorless here, and on linear, because we want some linear, unlike on the last class that we use the radial, so we want some linear effect on this. So we simply drag, and you can see it creates that perfect gradient, perfect blend between both images. And that was too much. Simply drag and drag. You have that there. Let's draw this down a bit. Just reduce that gradient a bit. This down and drag on our gradient layer. Our gradient selected. Simply drag. Just need a little bit of sky here. On that sun a bit revealed here. So okay, that's a bit too much. Just do that again. Putting your shift key together, equal straight line. Drag here. Okay, so we can change the blend mode here, because we have to maybe blend it to background. So I'm just quickly going to check which of the blend mode I used here. So I use soft light. So I'm just quickly going to change the blend mode to soft light here. You can still move this around to get your that desired effect here. Just going to simply transform this a bit. I used a smaller continue, just increase this a bit. So how that perfect blend there. Okay, so after selecting that, hope you guys are following. Please, if you're following, just indicate, please. So now we're just going to do the next thing, which is adding our. Okay, we'll look at the layers we have next. We have our skies, storm, and the moon. Then what else? Okay, those are just the layers we use here. So we're just going to make a little bit of brightness. Like when I turn this off now, you see a little bit of brightness and adjustment there. So we're going to bring in our cloud here, drop. From the previous poster there, you can see the cloud was a bit oriented the other way. So in our transform tool, simply right click and rotate 90-degree clockwise. Okay, that seems better. Okay, drop here. That seems good. So we change our blend mode to, let me just quickly check on what blend mode was used there. Oh, actually normal. Okay, no blend mode. So we're going to create a layer mask of this layer because we want to blend it with the image here. So we're simply going to create a layer mask using our layer mask icon here. Then gradient, black and white selected, linear, then drag, and simply drag. So review that sun index because I need the picture that's sunset, stormy kind of situation here. Okay. Sunset, stormy kind of looks. We have like this cloud coming in here. Blend them. Let's increase the size of this. Okay. So quick check. Okay, we did a little bit there. So I'm just going to make that modification to review. So I can use my gradients because I'm not selected on my mask layer here. So just to review a little bit of a little bit too much. A little bit of the layer. If we just simply do this. I have another nice looking effect here. So I think let's just go with this effect here. It looks rather nice. So I have that a little bit of layer exposed there, and that's just simply drag this. Okay, because I'm dragging this layer because on top of that layer, so I can simply just lock this for the meantime. Now I make my modification to this layer here, transform it, just increase that to the size a bit, so it's covered here. There you have that. And unlocking this now. Let's see what next are we adding in our image here. So we have kind of moon here. Yeah. So the moon is the next thing here. We'll simply bring in our moon, which we downloaded into the image. Okay, so now we have to get rid of this black areas around the moon here. So we're simply going to use our magic wand here, selected, and click on that. Okay, tutorial's level was a bit high. Select, use that to maybe 50. Be okay. And backspace. Yes, okay. Backspace. That is on the select. So you have your okay. Oops, sorry. The moon layer was underneath the sky layer. Let's just take example here. So you have your moon cut out here. So we just simply okay. We have this dark part here and this bright part here. Perfect. Let's transform. Reduce this a bit in here and see the effect it creates. So let's just change the blend mode. Let's see what blend mode we'll use here. Use lighting. Yeah. Blend mode, lighten with the moon layer selected. Change the blend mode to lightened. And see there are various effects it gives using your blend mode here. So we're just going for lightened. Need a bit of adjustment to this. Okay. I would like to bring this image up a bit. Create that balance. So we can have this balance here within like a storm coming in, and that's that. So we just adjust this a bit. So position this here. Okay. So what's the next thing we do here? We have that in. So we have some curves here and a little bit of brightness here. So we're going to add that. Let's just finish adding our. Okay, we're done with all our photos. So we're going to place in our curves now. So let's just leave the curve add here, just to blend in and give that dark shade kind of effect. So let's make the first adjustment with your adjustment panel and brightness and contrast. Going to reduce the brightness down a bit. Just increase the contrast of clip mask it using your alternate key in between both lines so that we can have this effect just on this layer here. So clip mask it down to that layer. If you can't do this, simply go to option, um, create a clip mask, and goes into just that layer there. So next thing we did here was to create a bit of curves so as to have this dark kind of effect here. So we had our curve layer just above the moon here. So a curve layer here, adjustment, curve. So just increasing the curve will increase your highlights. So just going to reduce the curves here a bit. And let's see, increase just that bit of, give it that effect so that sunlight, the rays, and much more visible. Okay, so that curves here. So now the next thing we need to do, we're going to add a bit of this text that you see here. So these movie things, when you watch most of it, when you see most of those movie flyers, you see those writings there that tells you the editor and all of that. So you have to type in those things, but first to just save time, let's make a little bit of adjustment to this curve. Oh, before I forget, after this thing loads, always save your progress as you are designing in Photoshop in case of maybe a software crash or probably power outage or anything, your system goes off. Because if your progress is not saved, you would have lost everything you have been creating since. Let me just quickly move this and see. Adjustment this. Using my direction keys. Sorry guys, sorry for the slow. I guess the system is under the weather. Okay, so just a little bit of adjustment here. Increase the light a bit. Okay, that's why I have to make this mess here. So give a nice blend. Just to get that perfect blend which you want, you select that there. Then let me bring in my text which I already um, made them before. Movie poster, credit block. Bring out moving credits. Sorry. I have to wait for that to be open. Double click on it because I want to bring in my movie credits. And just wait for it to load. Sorry. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's a bit slow. Okay, I guess here we have finally have our credits loaded. Thanks for the patience. Okay, so I can simply move this to our movie poster here and drop. The normal drag and drop, which we did. So these are editable text from the layer panel here. See the editable text. I'm just simply going to centralize each of them to create that nice central feeling here. So just going to transform so I can reduce the size. When you don't enter, reduce the size here. So what next? Then next we have the names of the actors and the movie here and all that. So this little effect, I'm going to show you how this was done. That's hazy kind of effect. So let's bring in the names. The typeface I use here. Okay. I use abolition typeface. So the first name is to open our type to T. So let's say let's increase that to okay, see what we are doing. 20. Let's see the bit of the text there. So I use the typeface abolition. You can download your various fonts. There are various fonts you have on the internet. You can download each of these fonts from various font websites that you have there. You have Da Font. It's a good website for downloading free fonts. Da Font, spelled as DAFONT. Da Font. You can just search it on Google and you see various fonts you can get there. So let's just go with let's use Mackinley. Mackinley. Yeah. Let's increase that font size a bit. Mackinley. That seems pretty good. Then Mackinley, we just create that here. Okay, for me, instead of creating another text too, you can simply just duplicate this and edit. You holding your alternate key, click on this and drag. Alternate key, click on this and drag because we want to create three different actors here. Just click on this and drag. Then this these purple lines you see here. This purple lines you see here in Photoshop helps you to guide guides your works. If you are the middle, you can say I'm at the middle here, and it aligns your work with the other works you have there. It helps to keep this perfect. So guys, bring them back. To keep this perfect symmetry with your work here. So just marks. Okay, nice. At the middle, you can see that straight line that went straight down there. Though you that text at the middle of my work. So I'm still going to double tap on this. Let's edit this. Let's maybe Hassan. Hassan. Because the text is different, so we're going to just readjust this. Okay. Then we have let's say Chica. Rearrange that. So next we're going to duplicate this because I want something smaller here. So let's just go back and see we are with the same text font here. So control this command the let's say badmos. Then simply we use this font here. 23 works. 21 here should be okay. Just give it that look and feel of a movie. And just as we did it, like duplicate this for faster work. And Hassan, let's say Hassan, which name should we use now? Let's say Hassan Uma. Hassan Uma. Yeah, needed. Then Chika O Okoro. When with the outside you are able kind of look here. So you have this edited work here. Sorry, just a moment. Because I want to quickly make a switch there. Or just bear with me a bit. Okay, my system just had to reboot itself there. Okay. Mr. Amos, I hope you are following what I just did. Sorry for all the delays, just having a little bit of issues with my system, so I had to reboot itself there. Okay, thank you, Mr. Amos. So, okay, now, so just create that little bit of effect. So I guess this is a bit of longer name. Let's just quickly switch this here. And this longer name here, the middle. But that's alignment there. Okay, seems not fully aligned to my eyesight. Okay, cheaper, align. Okay, so it just makes some little adjustment there when you see the names in the property line. Then the next part we're going to go here, we're going to bring in the name, yeah, the name of the movie, Niger Mysteries. That was done yesterday. So the next part here, text using the same abolition font. Go to Niger. Today we increase that to pretty big. Yes, that sounds a little bit too big. Okay, this looks a bit okay. So now you see there's a bit of space. There are two ways of doing it. Either writing each of these texts in their own various layers, or simply because in the other design they are actually doing both layers, but I want to show you something. You can bring this text together using your text adjustment layer here. That helps you adjust the space in between both texts. So I can simply just bring this together and you have something like that there. So the reason why I will separate this text is because of the effect which I want to make here. So I can simply just copy the Nigeria off, Ctrl C, copy Nigeria and delete that, and I have that here, and I just simply paste the Nigeria somewhere there. And using my move tool, I bring it in here. Now you can see that space adjustment I was talking about. So in case of having such troubles to move your shoes that way, you can simply use your adjustment there to bring them closer. So let's see what we I think. Okay, yeah, we made one italics here. That's exactly what we did. So just make some bit of adjustment here. Bring this down a bit. I just want to give you like this nice looking touch here. Okay. So let's change this using the same font, and you have this option here. Selecting that abolition round under the abolition, because you will find this only when you download because each font have different family, just like a family. So if you don't have various styles of that font, you won't find this option there. You just find just that one option there. But I didn't download the full family of this application because you have to pay for it. So these are the ones I could get for free. So when you download each of one of these, you install these fonts in your system here. So I use the so we have that Niger Mysteries. So I'm going to show you how I did that hazy effect here. So I on my Niger, I duplicate my layer using Ctrl G. Now I have double layers here. Okay, I have double layers there. Then I simply my bottom layer here. Click on my bottom layer. I go to filter, blur gallery, filter, blur, to smart objects. We have this hazy effect here. When you reduce it, you reduce the blur strength of increasing it increases the blur strength, and you can change the angle of the blur, and this becomes sideways this way. So I guess we use this, say 42, 39. Yeah, this looks okay. So when you satisfied, okay, and wait for it to process. Okay, so what next? Now we have, I think we did add a little text here underneath. Yeah, based on true event. So just quickly check what font I use. Monster font. Okay, so we'll go back in here and selecting our type 2. Select. Okay, guys, I just noticed something now. When I switched from my previous work, my previous poster here, which I designed for the class, and this here, I noticed I actually use an A4 size um, work here, A4, A4, A5 here. It's actually not the same as this one, so that's why you're having that little shifting proportion. Yeah, so just going to do that a bit. So Montserrat, we have the brackets. Okay, based on bracket. It's already a Montserrat font, lovely. Or just simply select it and search for the font here, and we increase the size of this a bit. Just reposition it here. Let's go back so we can have that little bit of help from the guide there. Okay, going to get this a bit down. Okay, that was my bad. And just revert that Ctrl Z. So we're going to select this here. Holding your shift key, you can select multiple things, multiple layers here. Based on true events, you can select the mysteries. So it's highlighted here with my keys all held down. Then let's see if we can select this block. Okay, there you go. So I'm simply going to just drag each and every one. Okay, let me select this. So I drag just this down a bit. And that's a little bit of effect there. Okay, guys, so this is how you, simply not the same, but just something. This is how you can create your own bits of movie poster here, using just simply manipulating one or two things into your pages. So just make sure you have this idea of what you want to create before you make your creation here. So I hope you guys understood what I did today. And if there's any other, okay, Mr. Amos, I noticed you're the only one following here. Maybe there others had your network issues. So if in case of any other, if you have any issues trying to do this, trying to create your own photo manipulation and using movie poster here, you can just simply reach out to me and I would make some changes. and some adjustments for you assisting you in your work. So, okay, yeah, that's it. So, we have, at least we did a very good job today. You can create your own personal movie posters. You can just go around and check and see what you can create using. I think yeah, have a bit this move this back a bit. I think that's the issue I'm having here. Take that back. Okay, yeah. Now it looks better, right, guys? It looks better now. Just simply select this. Yeah, better. Yeah, looks more like it. Looks more like it now. So this is how you can just create a simple movie flyer. So I want you guys to go out today and before tomorrow's class, you can just quickly do something like this. It won't take much of your time. You can just do something like this. And if you're fast at it, you can submit it by this evening before tomorrow's class or at the close of or before the start of tomorrow's class. Or if you want to take your time to get something and do this, then the deadline for the assignment is Thursday. So we're going to add this as our first assignment for the weekend. I want you to create your own movie poster, photo manipulations, creating your own movie poster using the steps which I just made for you. And you can get, let's let me quickly show you something here. There's something, some sites which you can get your pictures, some good sites which you can get pictures from to work. You want to type it out. You can use Unsplash. Unsplash is a very good website where you can get good stock photos. Because you can pay for the normal shutter stock and other services that provide stock photos. You can use Upsplash. So you can see, you can use Upsplash. Yes, that's right. You can use upsplash.com and check for your photos. And earlier I said the fonts.com, where you can download free fonts from. And for your pictures, you also have you can search on Google for pixels. Yeah, I think so. You have pixels, and there are lots of them where you can get. You have Pixbay here. That Pixbay. These are sites you can get quality stock photos from that you can use to manipulate your images. Like most of those photos you see there, I got them from these websites. So you can go there and download some pictures that you can use to work your photo manipulation. So I hope that's, I think we're done for today. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Desmond. Thank you very much. So you can get your pictures from these fonts here. I think that's all we have for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be doing some basic things you have to learn about graphic design, especially some basic design. We'll be going deep into more of designing your maybe some replications where you have your cards and other things, teaching you how to place in icons and all those things to get your design more accurate. Thank you guys. So have a good evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Mr. Amos, please can you unmute your mic? Mr. Amos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that you stayed in the class till the very end. But I've noticed that you've not been taking the quizzes.
Yeah, you said they are going to be done on Twitter, right?
We've been
Hello?
sharing actual quizzes and no social media, any kind of stuff. Just quiz.
Okay.
The links are on the group.
Okay. I saw one of those, but because I couldn't I didn't know the answers to those questions.
Okay. How about the one for the last class? I hope you've gone through the videos and you probably have the answers now, don't you?
No, the videos, I've gone through the videos, but the quizzes are usually more from extra work that you do on your own than from what was in the video.
Mm, okay. So I still think you should attempt the quizzes to know which one is right or which one is wrong, so you can get the answers just
Okay,
within this period that this training is going on. So if you don't
okay,
still get why the answer is like that, still reach out on the group and ask stuff.
okay. So I can go to the from the very first quiz to the last one and do all of them at once, right?
You can if your time allows that, of course you can. But please just make sure this quiz is within this period, because once the training is over, everything is like you get. So we just
Okay,
want to know, because when you start asking questions around that time, our tutor may not be available anymore to take your questions. So just make sure you go through everything now, you understand and comprehend the whole thing, and you can
okay.
attend to the places that you do not think that you're having challenges with, so you'll be able to move to the next stage.
All right.
I hope you get.
Thanks.
Thank you
Happy.
so much. I hope you enjoyed the class.
I did.
Right.
Thanks.
All right then. Yeah.
How
Do
about
have a very,
Desmond?
very good day. Desmond is good. He's not
Okay,
available for the class.
okay. Because I'm seeing his name here.
Yeah.
No problem.
But he's not available for the class. All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.